boys?
If we ever get to the point where we have more viewers, we can probably do specifically ranked ones. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh my goodness.
The dream.
The dream. Alright guys, if you're platinum, get in here. Oh yeah, just jump in there. Yeah, that would be so awesome. That's when things are going to get really intense. When things get super balanced.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
And then we're going to be like, Jimmy, you have to play by yourself. I'm sorry.
I want to do like captain games where you put like Jimmy and a bunch of silvers and bronzes on one team, and then Charmely and a bunch of silvers
Oh man, actually, what'd be cool is a draft. Some sort of draft. Wouldn't that be sick?
Alright, so you give 2 team captains invite powers, and you let them construct their team throughout the LowElo chat?
But it has to be New Bloods. Or we'd have to do some sort of restriction, maybe give them a list of players.
No, the draft sounds fair, because, like, as you take turns, you're gonna check who's... Yeah, it has to be New Blood, sounds fair.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just gonna have people being like, you know, I'm gonna pick up Tannen, for example, and then you'll be like, well, there's nobody else that I really want, so I guess I'm stuck with DCB.
Yeah. I'd say as long as it's New Bloods, we can pull it off. That would be super interesting.
Yeah, a draft would be sick, dude. We need to work on that format.
Yeah.
It might take a little bit more. Twitch chat, what do you guys think? Would a draft be interesting to you guys?
Oh yeah, people are totally. People are down. I think that's a super good idea. Okay. Start doing draft games.
Maybe we could ban players too. Like the team captain can ban someone from being in a game.
Oh, draft is so good for stream growth because like it inspires you to invite people into the game that you trust, right?
Yeah.
So you get more people into the LowElo chat room too, and there'll be New Bloods because this is their first time showing up to LowElo.
Yeah, man. That could be really good, dude. I need to be this tired more often.
Oh my goodness, get me a sticky note. Get me a sticky note.
Oh my goodness.
Don't forget about LowElo draft games. That is so good.
And we can rotate captains. Like we could. How do we decide captains? We could like nominate MVPs per games, and they're the captains for the next ones.
Yeah. LowElo draft games. I'll put a little note to work on.
I love this idea. I love this. I mean, it's obviously it's going to be harder to do when we have a small selection of people, but oh my goodness.
All right. That is such a good idea.
Dude, I love that idea. Kitty says it's gonna bring up nightmares in gym class again.
Oh my goodness.
Don't worry. Tara will always be picked last because she's a stupid paladin.
Oh my goodness, the paladins.
Stupid paladins.
Hammer of Wrath.
Hammer of Wrath. Hand of Judgment.
So. Oh my goodness. Alright, so as we are now in the last game of the night, meaning that we are going to be in a exhausted stupor. As I rub my eyes. Let's see what we got going on here.
Oh god, no. Can we not analyze anything? Let's just talk about draft for the next 50 minutes.
Yeah, let's talk about LowElo draft. Honestly, it's just such a fantastic idea.
Oh my god. So we need, obviously the minimum pool of players is 10, right?
Right.
And how do we... Let me pull up a notepad. So 10 players at minimum.
Crowdsourcing ideas from the chat, guys. Listen to what we're saying. If you've got ideas that spring to your head, toss them out. I'd love to hear.
Do we want to have the option to like ban players from selection, or do we want to just restrict it to New Bloods?
I think if you restricted it to New Bloods, then you get like a whole bunch of popular people out in the first game, and then they can't come back for a while.
Okay, how long are we gonna have a restriction on New Bloods, or like at what point can you pick people that have already played for the night?
It depends on the popularity or the amount of like the size of the pool, right?
Yeah.
Like if you've got 20 people to pick from, you have to alternate who gets in.
All right, we lost a person.
Oh no!
Brett the Great. Somehow he... Oh. Hopefully he can just go ahead and re-accept the invite, otherwise we're going to have to re-lobby. Okay, so...
DCB is saying we can do 3 bans per side, but you cannot ban New Bloods.
That's fair.
Okay, that makes sense. And that way, like, you've got a cooldown on who you can get into your team.
And we're going to have to make it so that one player can't get banned for the night, so someone can only get banned, like, twice a night.
Yeah, something like that. Because you don't want to get, like, people just completely...
Yeah, like, I really don't want to see Gankenstein tonight, or ever.
Wow. No one gets to pick Gankenstein. But like,
right,
I assume that means that you're banning people from the enemy team that you don't want to play against if you can't pick them up.
Yeah.
It's interesting how the ban phase is going to even work then. I guess you ban people initially.
Yeah, you're gonna have to ban before selection even begins. You're gonna have to, like, the team captains are just gonna have to agree on, like, 6 names. And then, like, those 6 people can't be picked.
This is getting deep.
Yeah, well, it's gotta be, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, top bans are probably going to be Jimmy and Charmony.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but if you can only get banned...
3 bans might even be too much.
It might be. Well, especially this early in.
Yeah, because we don't have a huge viewership yet.
Ban might be something we implement later.
Yeah, for sure. I think just the New Bloods rule is perfectly fine for now.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Many Stretch with the gift me skins for bans, yeah. This is why you're not allowed on the stream anymore, Many Stretch. You get 1 game a week.
Gift me skins. There's an idea.
Alright.
1 ban per side. Well, I feel like if you do that, it's going to be like the first 2 games Jimmy and Charmley just aren't allowed to play, and then someone chosen at random.
Yeah, like, bans just don't... I like the concept of bans, but that needs to happen later.
Yeah, I'd say wait till the stream gets like 100 concurrent, or not even, probably 75 concurrent viewers, we can start implementing bans.
Yeah.
Or just make we should just make a test, like a simple test run, before we even decide to throw in a whole bunch of things into the mix. Bans are a good idea, though.
Well, I mean, like, we could set up something similar to, like, where we have a one night, maybe not even a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but, like, if you and I and, like, 10 other people did a draft with, you know, a sample size of 10 people that we know, we could probably run some, see how that, you know, try to smooth out some of the rougher parts of the draft phase.
Right. Okay, yeah, and someone are saying that bands, they don't like bands that much, because they want to see some people play, too.
Yeah, but we definitely need to have some sort of cooldown on how often people can play.
Yeah. Tannen mentioned a 2-game cooldown on previous players, unless it's a small crowd, and I think I'm liking that idea. That way people get to play, and then they're kind of put back in a cooldown pool.
Yeah, I like that.
And they can come back later on. Oh my goodness. 2-game cooldown sounds fair for now. Unless there's just not enough people to make it happen.
Right. I mean, obviously it all comes down to the size.
Yeah.
I mean, alternatively, we could just have Jimmy and Charmley always be the captains. Always.
So they play every game pretty much? Or until they don't want to play?
I don't know, maybe. Like, the people that... there are some people that, yes, that everyone wants to see play, and we could kind of have them be the captain role.
Because if we're going to have some permanent captains, I'd like it to be some people who are, like, encouraging, have good team communication and stuff like that, or ready to voice chat.
Honestly, I would want Gankenstein as a team captain, despite all the grief we give him.
Yeah.
Because you would also end up maybe seeing some different personalities as some team captains if we had consistent team captains.
Yeah, like, for example, Tannen would make a good team captain, I think.
I agree.
He knows how to move on the map.
Yeah, because I feel like we would have different people value different things that players bring. So you would see some people wouldn't like obviously you would have your ringers, but some people would be like, oh, I really like the way Carrots plays, so I'm going to pick him over DCB, even though DCB is a higher rank.
Yeah. So, before we go in and keep talking about this, let's look at what we got for the team comps here. Blue side picking up Janna, Vagar, Vayne, Vi, and Renekton. So a lot of pick potential being able to come out here, as well as a good amount of kiting and hard engage. So a very multifaceted team comp. And I think it's got a lot of potential in the late game, as well as some early game burst potential with that Renekton as well. So they can really take over this map if played correctly.
I mean, they have a lot of late game scaling with the Janna. Janna is the late game support. She gets through the landing phase and she's a monster. Veigar and Vayne, everybody knows they get to 6 items and they're unstoppable. I think they just kind of hope to get to the late game with the dominance of Vi and the dominance of Renekton in the early to mid game.
So.
Yeah.
Then on the purple side here, we got Morgana, Ashe, Nocturne, Nasus, and Diana. And I'd say Nasus, if you want to put the brakes on a Vayne, that is the champion you want on your team.
Oh, God, yeah.
Throw down the Wither and watch her squirm, because she is not going to get any damage out there.
But she does, in a 1v1, she can take him, just because Condemn's ridiculous, and Tumble just keeps him away for so very, very long.
That's very true. So I'd say overall, in terms of the scaling game, blue team's probably got a little bit of a advantage. Vayne and Vagar scale fantastically, but you always have to be worried about the Nasus. He gets so tanky and does so much damage, and never shrug off the Diana as well. Actually, I take it all back. Purple team scales into the late game fantastically as well. So this is going to be a good matchup if we go late. It's pretty much going to be up to whoever takes control of this early game to really try to snowball their team ahead of the other people.
Yes, sorry, I was discussing. Dude, this draft just is amazing. I love this idea.
Such a good idea.
I can't even focus on this game. I'm so excited for draft. Like,
oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
So DCB did make the suggestion of you and I drafting the teams.
I think that'd get boring after a while. I think we can occasionally input ourselves, but I don't think it needs to be a consistent thing.
Right.
Though it would be, we could do like, if the stream ever gets more popular and we have a larger pool, we could do it more frequently. Just because we could like, when we're doing our like silver tier or whatever, our plat tier, that would be more interesting.
Yeah, what we can do when we do those different tiers is to kind of do it Trick2G style, where he makes different chat rooms for each of the tiers, and that way it's easy to tell, what your selection looks like.
I think we can experiment with you and I definitely, personally, I enjoy the idea of having 2 players as captains versus you and I as captains.
Right.
But I can understand why fans would want to see us be captains as well, so that's something we can experiment with in the future and see which is better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude. I love this idea.
It's so good.
Oh my word.
I will trade you guys like Pokemon. I will do it.
I will trade you 1 DCB, 1 Pathfinder Tear, and 1 Tannin for 1 Charmely.
Yeah, right. Not even.
It's a shiny tear, dude. It's a shiny tear.
A shiny tear?
Yeah, she sparkles in the night.
Oh, holographic.
Yeah, man. Alright, so what else can we do? Like, we addressed that new bloods need to be the priority.
Right.
We need a minimum player size. There's got to be a cooldown on players that have played before.
Right. Diana is mid. I switched those 2 wrong. Alright, let's cast this game.
Yes,
Switch overlays here. And despite how tired we are, we must
somehow.
Alright, pause goes down. Let's brainstorm some more, I guess.
How do we? Okay, I guess the first question is, if we are going to have consistent captains, how do we volunteer? Or how do we choose captains? Because you know a ton of people are going to volunteer,
Right.
and I guess it's just got to be a personal preference thing. People we've played with, actually interacted with.
Yeah.
At least initially.
I think so. Yeah, we have to kind of build up a pool of people we know are good people who are ready to lead teams and have a good understanding of like the flow of the game and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And can at least understand the LowElo spirit for sure.
Yeah, like DCB could probably lead a team. Genkenstein, Tannen. Let's see. Who else do I know that could do it?
I mean, obviously Jeff and Compy can do it if they ever wanted to.
Yeah, Jeff
I mean,
and Compy could show up and do it.
I mean, so we're agreed we have to select, at least initially we have to select, and then if people aren't available, we can have people volunteer and try it.
Right.
I like this idea.
It's a fantastic idea.
Dude, this is great.
The low elo draft will shine true.
Dude, that might even get us to 60 whole viewers.
Oh my goodness, 60
Can you imagine?
whole viewers.
I think it's unique enough we might actually get a few viewers off of it.
I think so, like, because what streams like let people play and build their own team?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So good.
We just have to be careful. I don't know, it's just something we gotta work on. And a lot of the issues I see are not until it gets too big it's out of control. So,
Yeah.
let's not worry about those yet.
Alright, so red team looking like they're going to go for a bit of an aggressive invade here, and they sneak right in, covert ops style.
Yeah, dude.
I don't
Oh
even
my,
think
nobody
they got,
knows.
No one got spotted here. A few cautionary pings go down.
Yeah, how did those pings even happen? They're not even sure. Do they?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what are they gonna do? Because nobody goes to red buff anymore. So are they just gonna try to sneak to the bush right in front of golems, and then club Vi when she comes for it?
Maybe. I mean, the three of them are clumped up in this bottom brush here. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Let the clubbing begin, I guess. Blue team walks up to do the Krugs here. No, red team just decides we want this red buff rather than... That binding was totally unnecessary. Wait, okay, I was gonna say, are they leaving this red buff? Alright, that binding there would have given away their position, and they could have gotten collapsed on very easily, denying this red buff. But no, they're gonna sneak it out very easily.
Sobi-Wan needs to teleport like right now, because he's gonna give up so much experience if he tries to walk to this lane. Oh my goodness! If you're Nocturne here, do you just sit in the bush and try to get Vi? That volley was also extremely unnecessary.
It was, but a little bit of hatred goes down, and now Vi's gonna unfortunately know that her red buff is no more.
Yeah, but they're coming straight for Vayne. Furious is all by his lonesome, man.
Oh my goodness, Flash is out. That's good enough to get out of this one. Kukicha landing a little bit of damage after the binding from Makonomo just locks him in place there. Nass is finally showing up into the top lane as the Battle of the Brothers begins. He's only one minion down, but a little bit of CS, as you can see. Renekton is already level 2 and forcing that wave in so that he cannot stack up that Q quite as effectively.
Yeah, I mean, Renekton's gonna try to push us in the lane no matter what. Oh, please don't do that, yeah. Just because it's gonna be so much harder for Nasus to Q under tower. Anything to delay that power spike.
Pretty much.
I don't know if that jungle invade's gonna actually do a whole lot. Like we've talked about in the past, the important thing about the stealing the red buff or one of the buff camps before in the Season 4 meta was...
Oh my goodness, Brett the Great, is he lagging? He's gotta be lagging.
Yeah, he must be.
That looked like a disconnect came out there. Yep.
Yeah, that's not good. But that's rough. I mean, you guys, it is tournament draft. You guys can pause it at any point.
Yeah, at any
I know
point. This is a huge group of new people, so they may not know. Guys, I know I'm probably 3 minutes too late, but... Wait, no, they paused at the beginning of the game. They definitely know.
Okay, I mean, alright. There we go. Alright, he's back at least. I mean, that sucks, but move on. It happens in these games. Let's see, Vi. Yeah, I mean, looking at the junglers right now, Vi lost that red buff, but she's equal in farm, she's equal in experience, so it wasn't that huge of a hit. It's just a little annoying as it takes away a little bit of her gank pressure.
It doesn't. I mean, it definitely does. Bot lane, Kafurious eats one of those volleys to the back there as he tumbles away towards his turret. He's very low on HP. He's got his heal up still. Pathfinder Terry eats a biting under turret and throws out a tornado towards the enemy team, but they are very forced underneath their tower. Vi can probably show up here and get some decent work done as long as she does not get bound out.
Well,
this continues.
Jana Vayne is a risky lane. It's always going to be, just because they're both such late scaling champions. If you fall behind in lane, you're gonna have a really hard time catching back up.
Yeah, you definitely are. As we see in the jungle, Nocturne just getting a little bit low on those Krugs.
I wanna congratulate Tara, by the way. She went with the Spell Thief's Edge, not the coin. She didn't fall for the trap.
There it is. There it is.
Tara, despite you being a silly paladin, but you did it. You almost got there.
Yeah.
Probably didn't need the ward.
Yeah, it gives up so much lane pressure when you've got the ward, because you can get forced out a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, you're dealing with effectively 150 less HP by going that ward.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
actually closer to 300.
Oh, is it 150 per pot? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
My bad.
Yeah,
sometimes
it's a lot of HP.
Sometimes I don't even know this game. I don't understand. I swear I've played League of Legends before. But Brett the Great, despite giving up that kill, he's doing a decent job in this lane. He's only down 9 CS, but he's trying his hardest to recover.
Yeah, he definitely is. Sobi1 in the top lane, going in on a Brace of Ebola, just laying down one of his Qs there to let him know that he does respect this Renekton. And honestly, in terms of build paths for Diana, I'd say first item, Abyssal Scepter is probably a good look.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, one thing you don't want to do, and one thing Diana never does, is you don't want to stack AP against the Veigar, because his ult does 40% more damage. That's just brutal. Like, it's just brutal. So going that Abyssal and then maybe going more MR is not going to be a bad thing. We've seen players go full, like, who was it? Charmley went first item Negatron Cloak, or was it
CDR boots and Negatron Cloak on Ari.
Yes, like, we've seen players go full MR and succeed in lane, but that is Charmley. He's exceptional at the game, and he can do what he wants.
Yeah, pretty much. Sobi1 in the top lane, just winning the sustain battle against Renekton, considering he's got that flask up, he's got a couple additional potions, and that lifesteal passive. He's going to be up there for quite a while.
I've played the Renekton Nasus matchup before, but it's been a long time. Do you think this Doran's Blade was the correct decision by Renekton?
Not even a little bit, no. He definitely wanted to go ahead, get a Cloth 5 start so he can actually stand next to Nasus for the duration that he needs to. If you're going to go that Doran's Blade start on Renekton, I suggest Ignite over Teleport. Yes, you give up map pressure, but if you're trying to go for something that's going to actually force him out of lane, you need to actually get a summoner spell that supports that.
Yeah, Economo gets knocked into the wall by Vayne right there.
And a ward gets placed.
Okay,
don't mind that ward.
Nope, not at all.
Top lane, Sobi1 just doing a fantastic job of just farming up here, getting this Q stacked up, and he's going to be in a fantastic position in this game if this farming rate continues. Already up to 81 stacks at 7 minutes.
I love how aggressively Economo is playing this lane, by the way. They're up 20 CS because for the first time tonight, I feel like we've seen a support that wasn't Taria just kind of walking forward and harassing the crap out of player.
Just go in, get those auto attacks down, land a binding, throw down the pool, do whatever you want pretty much in this lane. You're in that situation where you've got more potions than the other support and you know it. Just use that additional health that you have access to your advantage and deny some harm.
Yes, sorry, I'm trying to understand something. Tannen's whispering me about this fantastic draft.
Okay. I will continue the cast then. So Nocturne going for a little bit of an invade on the enemy jungle here. He's looking for this red buff, but he's been spotted out by one of the team's wards. He's going to continue on down towards the Tri-Brush as it looks like Chaos Guru is just ready to concede that buff altogether. teleports back into the base. Bottom lane, binding combo and arrow lands onto Cafurious there. Nocturne ulti is going to mean the turret dive is a success, and Pathfinder Terror just looking left and right like, what even just happened? Inspects the body of Vayne right there, just like, is she alive? I think she's dead. Maybe I'll poke her with the tip of my staff. Nope, that's not going to be how it is. Left shivering on her own. And it looks like Storm Bandit. Oh my goodness, he does a loop-de-loop in front of the dragon. I thought he was going to do it. Kukicha says, no, let's go ahead and knock this thing over. Brett the Great says, you know what, I support this idea. Let's get this early dragon.
He is the Great. He agrees with dragon at any point in the game.
Brett the Great, heir to the throne.
Yes. The throne. The Summoner's Rift throne. Or is it Faker's throne?
I guess Faker's throne, yeah. Brett the Great, heir to the throne.
Kukicha really, he needs to back right now. He's not gonna miss too much if he goes B. He might miss a wave and a half. So, but because he has no mana and Vayne, well, Vayne does have a 20. Well, how much does Doran's Blade give now? It's 7. He's down 17 damage overall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dangerous if he decides to stay, but he can try to push his Ash Arrow, like push for a level 6 fight right now, as long as he saves up his mana and stops volleying.
Yeah, he definitely can, and he's got the advantage on heal and flash as well, so if they do get in a little bit of a sticky situation, if they do decide to go aggressive, they can make the best of it. Mid lane, Chaos Guru shows up from the side of the jungle there and just ulties out Brett the Great immediately, forcing out a flash that I find to be slightly questionable. I think he could have made it to the turret in time, and then, if need be, flash out after that point.
Yeah, oh my goodness, just a little bit of a waste of flash right now. Is it Akonoma going to throw down the ulti? It looks like he's not going to, because he recognized Condemn was still up.
Mid lane, the Big Ugly actually gets ganked out by Brett the Great and Storm Bandit, and they knock him over nice and easy there. No Nocturne ulti even needed, as Sobiwan is he's really just ignoring Renekton. At this point, Renekton's realizing he's not very effective against this Nasus, as another binding lands onto Cafurious in the bottom lane, chunking him out for even more HP.
Yeah, this is what I was worried about in this bot lane. They were up 35 CS before. They're not able to push and make that disadvantage any worse for Vayne right now because Kukicha is sitting on so much gold and has 0 mana. So it's, oh my goodness, in the top lane.
Top lane, Storm Bandit shows up and he's ready to take the wallet of Abrasive Ebola. But Abrasive Ebola is just going to flash into that situation and say, no thank you, my friend, I need to get out of here. I think this is a fantastic time for Sobiwan to go back to base and purchase a, Frozen Heart. Go ahead, pick it up. Wow, he opts for the Sheen!
Ooh.
Tell me you're not going Trinity Force. Do not do it. Okay.
No, I think he's going Frozen Gauntlet.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that at least, but he's got enough. He's got so much. He had 3k gold. I would have just Frozen Hearted and stacked that key to the ceiling.
Against Vayne, I would have definitely picked that up. Oh my goodness, Nocturne ult does come in. The Fear Tether immediately goes down too, but he does flash out of it. Wither's not enough either. Are they going to go for it, Stretch?
Sobiwan going underneath the turret here. He's waiting for this Wither cooldown to come back up, and it looks like it's going to be there in time. Storm Bandit does take a second look towards his back, thinking he might not be able to make it, but that is no problem for the pickup on Renekton.
Yep. For the people asking in chat, Renekton is maxing his Slice and Dice first. He's got 5 points in that, and he's maxing his W second, which is not what I would have done.
Max Q for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like there's almost never any situation where maxing anything but Q is correct.
Yeah, because I feel like when you max Q, not only do you get that increased sustain, but you have the potential to also do damage to somebody without even getting in auto attack range. You can just slice them and back up, and that's typically how Renekton's played in the top lane. You're looking for that ranged poke and just sustain.
Yeah, interesting buy, by the way, out of Kukicha in this bot lane. Ashe opting to get... She picks up a BF Sword. She had enough gold to pick up a BF Sword and buy completed Berserker's Greaves. I feel like going for the pickaxe might have been a better... Like, pickaxe plus BF Sword, get that full AD spike.
Yeah, because there's so much lockdown like in their bottom lane that she doesn't need to really be that mobile. She can get away with being a little bit greedy on the damage. As we see Abrasive Ebola go in on Sobiwan in the top lane. Sobiwan, you're winning. Please realize you're winning. Turn back around and Q him. You're winning. Hit him!
I think he was worried about taking too much AoE Renekton damage. I don't think he's recognized that Renekton is not maxing his Q.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I don't blame him. You would just expect your Renekton to max Q and just pummel you with that thing, right?
Right.
So, I just don't think Sobi-Wan's recognized that Renekton's lacking in damage at the moment.
Ooh, fantastic lane gang possibility coming out from KS Guru in the bottom lane. He sneaks right in before the minion wave gets in. Top lane, Sobi-Wan going in on Abrasive Ebola, but Ebola's going to keep running away from that one. Good knock-up onto Kukicha is going to come out here. Spell Immune from Makonomo keeps Kukicha alive and allows him to flash out this fight. Good arrow turn as Kafurious gets a little bit close to the sun. Oh my goodness. He has flown too high and his wings of wax have melted away.
Yes. Oh my goodness, and man, what a difference in the jungler's presence on the map, by the way. I mean, it's a little bit easier for Nocturne just to jump across the map and be there for a gank, but even gank attempts, we've only seen, I think, one out of Vi.
She came mid, I think, one time, and it failed because she kind of went very far ahead of the Big Ugly. And then Ret the Great just kind of flashed out of that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with trying to gank for Vigor, because that stun wall is so ridiculous, and Vi can knock people into it.
Oh yeah.
It's just a little unfortunate that, you know, her ganks have not succeeded.
Yeah, I think it's coming down to a little bit of a communication issue. Make sure that if you're jungling and you're looking for a gank, ping like 3 to 4 times that you're on your way, and then you know, give a target ping when you're actually ready to go. All sorts of pings. Just ping a lot.
Bot lane stretch.
Yeah, bot lane coming in. Nocturne looking for the gank onto Kafurious. They do not have vision. The Hawkshot needs to come out, but it does not go. So he will not be able to close that gap. Top lane, KS Guru showing up with a Abrasive Ebola onto Sobi-Wan here, but I think Abrasive might actually go down before this fight is said and done, trying to run away from this when he actually does go.
Fight it!
The Siphoning Strike is too strong. You've let him stack too many too quickly. Oh my goodness. I questioned the Sheen purchase, but he is making use of it to a T.
Yep. For anybody that was wondering, that Siphoning Strike has got an additional 228 damage on it through stacks alone.
It's too much. You can't let him do that much.
Vigor, while we're doing a stat count, Vigor has plus 66 ability power, which is just shy of an extra needlessly large rod, but Vigor, I don't know if you want this fight, dude.
He does have ulti down and is... Oh.
While this is going on, by the way, Dragon is being taken by Red Team. Just good map reading right here. Oh, Sobi-Wan does go down to Vigor, which is an extra bit of AP, too.
Good.
Yeah.
So, second Dragon is out coming up for Red Team here. They're going to be in a good trajectory for picking up 5 Dragons this game if they keep up this pace. Storm Bandit showing up in the bottom lane. Pathfinder Terror is going to throw a tornado at him, and Kafurious is going to look at the brush and say, is he in there?
I might dive them anyway. I might just shoot the Ash Arrow and go, especially right here. As soon as you see, oh my goodness, Storm Bandit does get found by KS Guru. Nice flash. Just good flash over the wall.
Yeah, makes it over the wall to get out clean there. No vision is going to mean Vi cannot ulti dead.
Alright, I can dig it. Gnosis, we thought he was going for that Frozen Heart, or that Frozen Gauntlet, but instead just picked up the Sheen for some extra damage, extra lane pressure, and then finishes Frozen Heart.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, I can dig that. It's not quite as quick of a stacker that you can get, but it's going to put additional pressure on each Q when you're in an enemy and make it a little bit easier to stack on a per minion basis.
Yes, I like that build path because he recognized he did not need to go full defensive right now. He could afford at this point or at that point in the game to get a little bit of damage. It's little decisions like that that'll put you ahead in the lane.
That is for sure, and ahead he is, having that 52 minion lead again up on Renekton. Mid lane, Brett the Great going in on the Big Ugly, flashes over the baby cage, and he goes in for the additional damage and closes out the kill with the Crescent Strike and Lunar Rush? Yes, Lunar Rush.
Oh no, Vi's there.
Yep. KS Guru is going to follow up on this damage on Brett the Great, but he might be able to get the shield back up in time. No, he's not going to make it.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my goodness. Bottom lane Akonima going aggressive onto Kafurious here. The lockdown is complete. Good staggering of CC and make sure that Kafurious is locked in place for a fantastically long period of time. But Pathfinder Terror pushes away Kukicha and Akonima just in time to make sure that he stays alive. Mid lane, Storm Bandit goes in on KS Guru. May not get the kill here. He actually does pick it up. Actually, no, he doesn't pick it up. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Abrasive Ebola just there to wipe him off the face of the earth.
Good use of the Tiamat right there to cancel his extra long stun or cancel the extra long pause after the Renekton stun. Was just enough extra damage there to kill out the Nocturne before his Chaos Guru died. But man, that peel in the bot lane from Terra was just so clutch, dude.
Yeah, well-timed ulti coming out of Janna there, and interesting build coming out of Nocturne as well. He's going to go into the Devourers as we see top lane, Sobi1 once again getting ulted out by the Big Ugly, and he's just going to get that bonus AP stacked to the ceiling. He's going to be a problem if he does not get contained.
I mean, that's 10 AP alone from Gnosis. Those 2 Gnosis kills is an additional plus 10 AP. That is nuts!
That's so much value.
That's so good, dude. So good. As that Q stack on Vigor is now at 86 gold, that thing is worth 1,600 gold to him.
Oh my goodness.
Like, if you look at his stats and then add 60 or his gold, and then add 1,600 gold, that's how far ahead he is.
This is the truth. Furious in the bottom lane solo versus Konomo and Kukicha. He's looking to not get bound out. He actually dodges the binding in a fantastic fashion. But mid lane, I don't know, Storm Bandit, Breath the Great looking to make a play here onto the Big Ugly, but a Brace of Ebola is going to show up, dash in, dash back out, and not really look to commit on this fight fully. Chaos Guru shows up though, and he's looking to get the lockdown of Storm Bandit. The Big Ugly and a Brace of Ebola are not ready to follow up though. He's just gotten the Assault and Battery back up, or is that what it's called? Yeah, Assault and Battery, good.
Looks like also, yep.
And unfortunately, if that was up just a second sooner, they would have been able to pick up those kills.
Yep. Also, both junglers I want to point out are going. They recognize that their top laners are probably just going to go full tank, except for maybe Renekton. So they just go full damage. We see the Sheen coming on the Vi, the Bilgewater coming on to Nocturne. I really like the Nocturne full damage build. Just because there's nothing that can be done as an AD carry if Nocturne jumps on you for free.
Yeah, it really can't be. Storm Bandit going in, landing the fear there. Oh, a good binding's going to go out onto the Big Ugly. Dunkaroo going down on the Konomo, and the Big Ugly now just gets completely shook as to where he's supposed to be. Getting zeroed out by the damage from Diana and Nocturne there.
Yeah, that was a good route onto Vigor right there. Kukicha catches the Crystal Arrow to the face. If they drag this out, there's a chance they can finish off Kefarius. Just gotta be careful. Oh my god, this whole Gnosis in the top lane, dude, is just pushing. He's an unmovable juggernaut.
Yep, he's stacked so much early on, and he's got additional cooldown reduction now, sitting on 30% here. He's gonna have just so much ability to chunk people out. Goodbye in the Warden's Mail. That did not hit as much as it should have. Bottom lane, it looks like Gank's going down. Storm Bandit throws out the ultimate, but it's not going to, turn into anything. Top lane, Sobi1 in a little bit of a sticky situation as he gets ganked by Chaos Guru. He splits off. They split off there. Turn around and smack him. Oh my goodness, your Q is up so often. It's up so often. Brace of Ebola is not going to show up, but it doesn't matter because Wither's back up for the 3rd time in this fight. For the 3rd time. There it is, the 4th time. It doesn't even matter. Big Ugly shows up, throws down the baby cage for some zoning, and that's going to allow a Brace of Ebola to get out of there.
Oh my goodness. Dragon does spawn. This is going to be really... As long as Sobi1 just keeps pushing like this should be a free dragon. Yeah, Nocturne rotates to it. With that Bilgewater and that Devourers, I think he has. What does he have? Yes.
Yeah, it's Devourers.
Yeah, the Devourers should facilitate this dragon extremely quickly.
Definitely binding over the wall from Econo looking for Pathfinder Terror. It does not find its target though. Top lane, Sobi1 is trying to end the game ASAP. Without delay. Usually there's, I see a Nasus, I'm like, alright, I'll see you at 40 minutes. Then Nasus says, I'll see you at 25 minutes.
At your Nexus. Yes. Oh, nice try.
Dashes over the wall, looking for the smite still. Doesn't quite time it correctly, and he looks like he's trying to get this kill on Stormband. It doesn't quite get it. Pathfinder Tear going into the middle of the fight there. Trying to see if he can finish it off, but it's not going to happen. Stormbandit now just flashing into the fight to clean up these kills. The Big Ugly goes in. Does he have the spell shield? He doesn't have it. And he gets cleaned up by Vagar. The return cleaning happening from Kukicha now.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good attempt by Vi right there. I don't know if his team needed to commit afterwards.
Huh?
Just good clutch spell shields we saw coming out, and good damage come out of Kukicha there. Nice volleys, nice ultis. I actually really liked. They were damaging Pathfinder Terror the whole time, and as soon as Vayne tumbled forward, we saw Kukicha throw the ulti, slam it onto Vayne, and then they focused her down.
Yeah, bottom lane red side is going to finally take out this outer turret, and that's going to seal the deal on the last of these blue side outer turrets. They don't even have any blue side inner turrets left at the 24-minute mark, actually, as we see a 10k gold lead mounting for red team. Mid lane, it looks like Abrasive Ebola gets taken out by Diana, and Brett the Great is continuing. He says, "No, I will be the next king. Get out of my throne room."
It's true, dude. It's true, but... Alright. All three lanes are snowballing. Nice baby cage on the Brett the Great. We should be seeing an easy kill come in. It even gets the follow-up stun onto Storm Bandit. How does... I think the only way blue team comes back is they need to bank on getting to late game somehow, right?
You need to start freeing up farm. Is the first step. You need defensive wards in your jungle. Take back control of that. Get a place where KS Guru can get money, and start getting farm on domain. Otherwise, it's just going to continue to roll out. Actually, no. Even that's not enough because Nasus is ahead and is pushing in. So I think this game might just be done.
Well, I mean, they have 2 late game scalers versus the 1, so they have a chance. I think first Renekton needed to not buy that Hydra. The Tiamat was fine, but by sinking an extra 1,500 gold into that Hydra, he puts himself into such a... He needs to get to a tanky point at this soon, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that Hydra kill, that Hydra buy might actually be game. And it's not... That's an easy trap to fall into.
It definitely is. It's difficult to have the mindset that you're going to build up half of a complete item. But it's very useful, especially when you start considering Warden's Mill, Spectre's Cowl, and Tiamat as top laners. Those are like core half items you need to start, being willing to build and just sit on for a while.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just half items for top laners is kind of the thing nowadays, because the stats you get, it's so gold efficient just to go for like 1 or 2 half items.
Yeah.
And then complete as needed as the team fights develop.
Yeah, like, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a Warden Mill. I would see KS Guru flash over the wall, look into the face of death, and jump right back over. Oh my goodness.
He regretted that decision immediately. He says, I'm here. Oh, wow, never mind.
Yeah, but I was saying, I can't tell you how many times I've been on like Aatrox or something, finished my Borg and going, I need to go get tanky quickly. How do you do that? Warden's Mill, Spectre's Cowl, a Giant's Belt. You will be tanky.
Yep. Oh no, the baby cage comes on the Storm Bandit. Is it enough?
Ooh,
yes!
It definitely is. Kill money going down there, and Nasus shows up, throws down the Wither, and walks to the other side of the wall, predicting a flash. He actually doesn't have it up. It's up again within 4 seconds! Oh my goodness.
Arrow field goals.
Yeah, arrow field goals a bit, but Nasus pops his ulti and turns around on Vayne. It looks like Kefarius has to now kite this one out, but gets enough distance to where he can actually survive the fight. Brett the Great is looking for his throne room once again. The spell shield is going to make sure he doesn't get slowed by that Frost Queen's claim.
It's alright. I mean, it's an 11k gold lead at the 27-minute mark. You're down, what, 2 dragons, or is it 3 at this point? Let's take a look. It's 3? Man, I might move to the next game at this point. Because as we were talking about, it might not be so bad. I would probably stay in this game if the enemy team didn't have Gnosis.
Yeah, and if he wasn't already as big as he is. Not even as big, but as stacked as he is. Yeah,
he is now at 453 stacks. I might just say, you know what, man, they have a hyperscaler to match our hyperscalers, and he's way bigger than both of ours at this point in the game.
Yeah. He's got the magic resist, he's got the armor he needs to survive, and he's got just the overall damage. Ooh, Kukicha gets zeroed out. Actually, they might have a chance if they keep making pick plays like that happen.
Yeah, but I don't. Maybe you go for the Baron right here. Like, you need to do something, right? You need to go for that big, bold play. Dragon's on 45 seconds. Maybe you go for the Baron and then you go for the Dragon immediately afterwards and then try to sweep towers. Sobiwan catches all of Eager's combo, flashes away too. Guess it's not enough anymore.
Yeah, gets away with his life there, and now blue side's in a good position to force up this mid lane. I'd say get this Janna onto this onto this Vayne and start auto-attacking that thing. Vayne needs to auto-attack this turret. Looks like the dive is actually going to happen. I don't know if that's the best idea. Keferi is starting to tank the turret here, and it looks like they will be able to wrap up this turret take. Mid lane arrow lands onto Keferi as Sobe1 just pops his ultimate and turns back around into the base. He throws down the Spirit Fire to just try to ward them away a bit. But they're kind of just walking away because they've already gotten what they need.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, they got a dragon, or they got a couple kills and they got a tower. That's the first step to coming back in this game. The gold lead has shrunk to 10k from 11k. Baby steps, man, right? But
Yeah.
they cannot give up this dragon. Because this dragon is the 4th dragon for Red Team. You get that 5th dragon and it's basically game over. I don't think I've ever lost a game or seen a team lose with 5 dragons.
Yeah, pretty much, and especially with this nasty stacked as he is, one Q auto because of the double structural damage will just destroy your entire base very quickly. Big Ugly goes down to the Nocturne ulti there with a little bit of aid from Akonimo on that Morgana, and that 4th dragon's going to put them in a nice position to start closing out this game even more quickly. KS Guru gets spot out by Brett the Great. They find a pink ward and take that out instead. I'd say Red Team here can probably afford to go for a Baron.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely can. Bane's gonna get caught out here. Like, there's no way she escapes this. Nice flash out of the vacuum from Brett the Great, but just not enough. Red Team, they're doing the intelligent thing. They do the stretch strategy. They want to fight, so what are they going to do? They're going to go to the nearest objective they can get to, right? They go for this bot lane tower. They can definitely force Baron, but I can also understand why they wouldn't want to. They don't want to potentially throw the game. Did KS Guru's ult just get spell shielded? Is that what I saw?
I think I'm not actually sure.
Oh
He might have died partway through.
All I know is I saw him go up, but nobody else go up.
Yeah, it might have gotten black shielded then, yeah.
But I would understand if I was playing on Red Team, I would actually want to slow this game down a little bit. Akonimo's just going to go down to the Dark Matter Bomb, but he does take Brett the Big Ugly one with him too.
Yeah.
But I might slow this game down for a Baron take or the 5th Dragon. Either of those, after either of those, I would go for the win.
That is very, very true here. Top lane Nass is slow pushing this in, staying separated from his team. He's just going to stack this up to the ceiling. What is he at? 600 yet? Yeah. 528. Bonus damage.
I think he's going for 1,000, man. By the way, guys, if you're playing against the Veigar, get a Banshee's Veil. It's just so good. Blocking any of Veigar's abilities, it's just so good.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what you block, just block something. If you block even the baby cage, that means you block the Dark Matter.
Dark Matter Bomb, yeah. Well, and the Dark Matter Bomb, I don't know if people know this, but that Dark Matter Bomb is a 1-to-1 ratio on AP. Let's look at how much that thing does. That does Dark Matter Bomb. Yeah, 220 plus 625.
Oh my god.
It does 800.
AoE. 845
yeah,
AoE.
So blocking the baby cage saves you from 845 damage. Oh no, Akonimo. Oh, ooh. Nice spell. Nice, but it's not going to save him.
It's not going to be enough here, but it does buy some time for Brett the Great to show up. Gets zeroed out completely by the Big Ugly. Oh my goodness. Top lane Storm Bandit versus KS Guru, and it looks like Storm Bandit's going to win that one handedly as Kefarius and the rest of his team are forced to kind of wander back to base and back it up a bit. Sobe1 in the mid lane going to get stunned out by the Big Ugly, but it just does not matter. He's going quite deep here, gets completely pushed back, and then wall stunned from 14 miles away. He's going to say, you know what? I've got a wither for each one of you. Let it begin.
Oh no, that's not good.
Oh my goodness, Kefarius actually gets zeroed. No, Storm Bandit gets stunned by this baby cage and gets stuck in the middle of it. So Sobe1 turns around, and I think that they can technically turn on that.
Yeah, fight that, man. Sobe1's so big.
He's so huge. He's gonna he just healed for 300 HP for queuing a thing. Oh my goodness, dude.
Totally dodges the baby cage.
Walks back into it on the tail end there.
Dodges the Vault Breaker, decides, alright, now's the time to go.
Yeah, you know what? I've got a wither for everybody here. You have a wither. Okay, let's look at the cooldown of wither right now. I just gotta confirm my suspicions. 7.29 seconds with a 5-second duration, so there is a 2-second downtime. Ooh, that's fair.
Red team's turn.
That's fair.
That's okay.
That's balanced.
That's okay.
Oh man, I feel like Gnosis' Wither is like a lot of abilities. Because it's so powerful, it doesn't need to get its cooldown reduced per level. It needs to just be a flat cooldown at all ranks. It just like it's too ridiculous, dude. If it's gotta exist, give it a 15-second cooldown at all stages. I don't know. 2 seconds. 2-second downtime. What the fuck?
You don't have to. It's like one of these situations. Like, it's the reason why I've got a problem on Riven. It reduces your cooldowns are so low that it reduces the amount of decisions you have to make. And
yeah.
Anytime that happens, it makes something feel really dumb. Like,
yeah.
I understand Zack's cooldowns are pretty low because I run 20% CDR, and so they're up a lot. But I always have to make the decision that, am I gonna punch that guy over there, or am I gonna go get that blob? Do I need to value my health over their health, or how is it gonna work?
Big Ugly might be in trouble here. Nope, nice baby cage.
Oh,
yeah,
Chaos Guru gonna get chunked out for half his HP with one Q, a couple auto attacks, the second Q, and then one more auto attack's gonna finish him off. There it is.
But yeah, I agree. Like when it feels like you're getting spammed, is Gnosis gonna go or Nocturne? No, just decides to turn off the lights for a little bit.
I hope you're not afraid of that dark, he says. Turns off the light. Good double stun comes out, and Kodomo gets zeroed out completely. The Big Ugly gets taken down very low and then zeroed out at the end there.
Yeah, but you know, trading your only champion that can do anything. Nice ult of the tear right there. Wither comes down on the Kefarius, and Sobiwan just wants some, dude. I think Brett the Great can finish this if he procs his ult correctly. Does not. Kefarius still gonna go down with Sobiwan. A nice auto out of Competia to get the last kill on the Renekton. This is brutal, dude. This is just so devastating to see.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Dragon's up in 6 seconds. I would roll back and get that. Don't even try to be greedy for this. Just go straight for that 5th dragon, right?
I would be greedy for this. Look at how much damage they're doing. In fact, I would be so greedy, I would be greedy for this inhib too.
I mean, yeah, it's probably they're gonna get away with it because the death timers are so long, but I probably would have personally just rolled back.
Nah, I would have been super greedy there.
Yeah, I mean it worked out, good for them, but
yeah.
Jesus.
Alright, so red team gonna just swing back over to this dragon, pick up the 5th dragon, and then probably, I'd say don't even base, roll towards the Baron and take a look at it and see if the enemy team responds.
I mean, they're all at